Okay, so we began our journey to the hill tribe by climbing into 2 jeeps.
The Jeep ride up was definitely one of my favorite parts of that trip.
This is how you're jumping out of the forest!
I felt like I was going to puke with each twist and turn.
The best things in life aren't
So on the way up there, we passed through several different villages.
Being a white guy in the back of a pickup truck, driving through Hill Tribe Village, people were looking at us with big eyes, like what are they doing here?
Tonight won't last for long. Soon it will be gone.
They had something of a convenience shop, which is cool. Had Coca-Cola, which is it's amazing. Everybody, literally everybody knows what Coca-Cola is, but not everybody knows Jesus. And you can go to this village, remote village out in the middle of nowhere, and they have Coca-Cola, but yet not a single person has ever even heard the name of Jesus.
Something weird like that.
The Korean people are just so different than any other people that you will meet.
With their whole history with after the World War, after the British left and the Burmese military moving in.
They're people without a home because their home is in Burma, and the Burmese government that's running the country now is committing genocide against them.
Joe's vision for the Korean people is to be able to give all these students just a place to be able to actually go to school and gain an education.
A lot of times these kids come from villages, they're all Buddhist, and their parents actually they don't really know Jesus at all.
So he has them come in, and every morning he has them all wake up at 6 a.m. They're doing their devotions, they're doing their prayer, they're doing their worship, and then they go to do their school. Then after school they come back, they do some work duties, and then they have worship again at night.
Honestly, without Joe, a lot of these kids at 13 and 14 would just be married off and already be a parent, or could even be in the middle of one of the larger cities in Thailand, living on the streets or working in a brothel.
After the school is over, when the children go back to the villages, whatever they've learned of being taught by Joe and other YWAM teams or other organizations that they go and preach to their family and their friends all around there. So it's a really cool, and there's been lots of feedback from villages that have started to accept Christianity, because a lot of those areas it's really hard to go to, like the one that we were at. It's out in the middle of nowhere, and with all those villages around there and just having the children, whatever they retain and go back to their families, they're preaching the gospel at young ages and making a really big difference, an effect on their family, and really changing lives up there. So it's a really cool thing what he's doing.
I fell in love with this one girl named Pita, and she was so sweet. She was this little girl, and she loved to play and just dance around, and we made up like a secret handshake, and I was able to teach her to go swimming. We went down to this river, and we ended up she was really scared to cross the river, and I was like, okay, I'll help you, And so she's on my back, and I take her across, and then after I'd taken her across, she's kind of like wanting to learn how to swim, and I was like, all right, I can do this.
Joe is paying for this project through coffee farms, as well as when he asks each child to come to live at the hostel. He asks them to bring a bag of rice, which is not really a form of payment, but it does allow them to eat while they're there, as well as he finds sponsors for each hostel that he has.
Mm-hmm. So, faith, hope, and love. The greatest of these is love. And the biggest way that people like yourself can love on kids is to get involved. And to lay down all of your lives that are really comfortable. And to go out and get a little bit uncomfortable. into a world that's lost and lonely and needs some help. People like Joe has done exactly this. Laid down his life for the kids, and now he lives there, moves there, is with the kids there each and every day, raising them up to be warriors in this world for Christ. And that's exactly what we hope this video spurs you guys on to do.